Hello everyone, today I've got a story for you. It's about a milkman, poor, tired and quiet, but with a dream bigger than his pockets. By the end of this story, you'll see how thinking big can turn small steps into a beautiful life. So sit back, relax, and listen closely. In a small village near a noisy city lived a young milkman named Arif. Every morning, before the sun rose, he carried 2 metal cans of milk. He walked from house to house, smiling at his customers. The cans made a soft clink, clink sound as he walked. Arif's life was simple. He lived with his mother in a one-room house. The roof leaked when it rained. Money was always short. And yet, he never complained. But Arif had one habit that made him different. While others looked down, he looked up at tall buildings in the city. He liked reading English words on signboards: future, success, growth. He didn't understand them all, but he loved how they sounded. They made him dream. Still, deep down, Arif believed he was just a milkman. He thought, people like me don't become great. One afternoon, a new family moved into the village. Arif knocked on their door to deliver milk. A little girl opened the door. She smiled and said, "Good afternoon." Arif froze. He had never heard anyone greet him like that. He smiled shyly. "Good afternoon," he said. Behind her came her father, an engineer. He paid for the milk and thanked Arif politely. Those 2 words, "good afternoon," stayed in Arif's heart all day. That night, Arif lay on his thin mattress, staring at the ceiling. He whispered, "I want to learn English." Then he laughed softly. "But I'm just a milkman, who will teach me?" He turned to the wall and fell asleep. Days passed. Arif worked harder, repeating English words he heard on the radio: focus, goal, opportunity. But one hot morning, something bad happened. A stone broke the edge of the road. Arif didn't see it. He slipped, and 1 can of milk spilled onto the ground. His week's money was gone in seconds. People shouted, "Be careful." Arif's hands shook. He felt small and helpless. At that moment, the engineer and his daughter walked by. They saw the spilled milk and his sad face. "Are you okay?" the man asked. "Yes, sir, just a mistake," Arif said softly. The man looked kind. "Do you like learning?" he asked. Arif blinked. "Yes, but I can't pay," the man smiled. "Come to my house in the evenings. Listen while I teach my daughter English. No money needed." Arif's heart jumped. He wanted to say no. He felt shy, but something inside him whispered, "Say yes." So he did. That evening, Arif sat on a small stool in the corner of their house. The man opened a book. The first sentence said, "Think big, start small." He explained every word slowly. Arif repeated after him. Soon, English didn't feel like a stranger. Every night after work, Arif went back to learn. He carried a small notebook. He wrote new words like plan, goal, value, and service. He didn't just learn the meanings, he learned the feeling behind each word. Weeks passed. Arif started thinking like a student, not just a worker. He asked himself, how can I make my milk better? He cleaned his cans carefully every night. He started using clean bottles with small English labels, fresh milk. He smiled at customers and said, "Good morning." People noticed. They smiled back. Some even said, "We like your clean bottles, Arif." Slowly, his earnings grew. His pockets were still not full, but his mind was. He was building something invisible: confidence. One evening, his teacher, the engineer, gave him a small book. On the cover were the words, "The Power of Thinking Big." Arif read it every night. He underlined lines that touched his heart. "Your mind is a garden. Plant big seeds. Small thinking makes small rooms in your life. Big thinking opens big doors." From that night, Arif stopped saying, "I'm just a milkman." He said, "I'm learning to grow." He wrote his dream in his notebook. Goal: open a small milk shop in 1 year. Plan: save money, learn more English, serve customers better. He practiced saying new words: quality, honesty, care. He studied how to keep milk fresh longer. He started writing kind messages on bottles like, "Stay strong, keep learning." People loved it. They told others, His milk became famous in the village. But one afternoon, a power cut hit the village. Without electricity, his milk could spoil. He panicked for a moment, then remembered a line from his lessons: turn problems into opportunities. He borrowed ice from a nearby tea stall. He made sweet lassi with the milk and sold it at the bus stop. Travelers loved it. By evening, nothing was wasted. Arif smiled. He wrote in his notebook, "Think big, act small, start now." Weeks later, rain poured hard. Arif went for his lesson anyway. Inside, Nadia, the engineer's daughter, looked nervous. "My school speech is tomorrow," she said. "The topic is think big, but I'm scared." Arif smiled. "Can I tell you something?" he said. "I was scared too. I used to think small, but then I learned when you think big, your heart stands up. It tells you, yes, you can." She smiled, then read her speech slowly. Thinking big means believing that something great can happen even if you start small. Her father clapped. Arif clapped, and at that moment, Arif realized he was no longer just learning English. He was learning life. Months passed. Arif saved money every week. He repaired his roof. He didn't buy fancy clothes. He bought books. He learned about cleanliness, customer care, and trust. Finally, 1 year later, Arif opened his small shop. He named it Arif Fresh Milk, clean, honest, on time. The walls were white. The shelves were tidy. The bottles were lined up like soldiers. On opening day, Nadia and her father came with flowers. Villagers came too. They loved the shop. They loved Arif's kindness. They felt proud of him. Sales were not huge but steady. Every bottle carried love. Every customer got respect. He gave free water to workers on hot days. He gave discounts to students. He wrote kind notes like "You matter." Soon, city cafes started buying his milk. He hired one more helper and taught him the same lessons. Think big, serve well, be honest. Years passed. Arif's shop grew into a small company. He bought a delivery van. He helped other milk sellers keep their milk clean. He even started free evening classes teaching English and business basics. He told his students, empty pockets are okay, but an empty mind is not. Think big, even when you start small. One quiet evening, Arif stood outside his shop. He looked at his glowing signboard. He remembered his spilled milk, his notebook, and the words that changed his life. Think big, start small. He smiled and whispered, "Thank you." So, my friend, what did we learn today? We learned that big thinking doesn't need money. It needs faith, courage, and small steps. If you ever feel lost or afraid, remember Arif. He had empty pockets, but $1 billion dream. He spoke kindly, worked hard, and believed in something bigger than himself. Say it with me, slowly. Think big, start small, act now.